You're listening to the world's #1 football podcast. Now, here are your hosts, Ben Hansen, Matt Hartman, and Ryan Matthews.
Welcome into the Pigskin Project YouTube channel. I am Matt Hartman, and today we're continuing to talk about the awards. We're in the middle of the week, so let's continue on. We're talking about the Defensive Player of the Year award. Going to obviously talk about the favorites, talk about the major guys who have won the award before, and even some sleeper picks, some long shots that maybe you want to attach some money to. That would be, worth your while. But, again, today's Wednesday, so if you're seeing this on Wednesday, you know that we're live tonight. So 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, every Wednesday we're going live throughout the NFL season. So if you want to get in there, interact with us through the chat, we'd love to see you there. Love and appreciate it. So let's get you into the video.
Move on to Defensive Player of the Year.
DPOY.
This one's pretty cut and dry for me. I don't have a long shot. Myles Garrett. It's just Myles Garrett.
Well, Matt, your research?
No. I mean that's fine. If he wants to ignore the research.
Oh,
fine.
my bad.
But no, I'm messing. So here's the cheat sheet. Look at let me hide this. So from 2016 on, Khalil Mack wins. It's a split vote. Von Miller is second. 2017. You look at all of those. They all, except 2021, have something in common. The team that is ranking in EPA per play on defense. So it's the most basic efficiency metric for defense. The spearhead of the #1 team is more likely a runner-up or the winner. So how I attacked Defensive Player of the Year, I attacked it in teams. I didn't attack it in players. I attacked it in teams. So my long shots are 5 teams that I think can finish first. The only guys who have won this award without having a top 3, like you look at TJ Watt, 16th, you look at Donald, 12th. Those guys have 20 sacks a year. An outlier sack season. So how could I find a guy who could also have the #1 defense and have an outlier sack season? And I found him. And I didn't think I'd find myself coming to this spot. I have Will Anderson at 16-1 as my defensive player of the year.
You bet your bottom dollar.
I did. And so this was not the place where I thought I would find myself. But if we're going strictly from the data of the last 10 years, you want to bet a guy who's going to have one of the best defenses in football and also be the spearhead of it all. And Will Anderson at 16-1, I think, is the best bet.
Yeah,
I don't hate that at all.
I agree. I need to start putting in front of you. Sounds like I'm just kind of riding your coattails here. No.
Listen,
by the way.
If you're watching it, if you're watching this on YouTube, this was something Ben mentioned on the Texans video, and I just pushed it aside. I was like, yeah, maybe. And then I do the research, and I think this guy is, for his price, 16-1, and you compare it to, let me vamp to get to it. Mike at 6-1, Hutchinson 7-1. Those guys and Watt at 8.5-1. Those guys could have the outlier sack season. There's no way their defense are going to finish 1. There's just no way. Garrett's team is not going to win enough games, I don't think. But again, he could have 20 sacks. So it's like these guys are the guys that could have 20 sacks. But like Will Anderson being lower odds than Verse, I love Jared Verse. I think that's ridiculous when you take into account like sacks, team metrics. Like the Texans are far and away the better defense, and Will Anderson's the better player. So, yeah. Ben, talk about Will Anderson and why you were first to this take, but I've arrived.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you guys can remember all the way back to the Texans video, I mean, that's the shout that I made, was Will Anderson. I mean, he has been able to put up good sack numbers. Can he jump into, like, the 18, 19, 20 this year? Well, and it's not the sexy stat, but he's still one of the best run defenders in the entire
Yep.
league, on top of being one of the best sack artists in the entire league. Again, this is the guy that I had said weeks ago that I thought was going to win it and who I'd put my money on. If you were to ask me for another one, it would be Hutch, because of the way he started last season. Obviously, you don't know. He's coming off the injury. His
Broken
odds
leg.
aren't yeah. His odds aren't fantastic. They're actually quite bad. But, I mean, if he was on pace to put up a historic season in the sack department last year. So if he can do that again this year, obviously he would find himself in, the DPOY discussion here.
What are the odds on Aiden Hutchinson?
7-1.
That's what I'm saying. The odds are not good for
They're
Hutch.
not good. They're not good. And I eliminated him. I think the odds are terrible. I think the defense is going to take a step back. Just naturally, they're going to lose more games. But again, talking from the top, if he could be a guy who has an outlier sack season in the best ways, he had 7.5 sacks in 5 games last year. So if you think he's going to come off the broken leg and be able to do that again, he absolutely could. I just wanted to take a player as my pick who has the best combo of he could have 20 sacks. Oh, and also he's the best player on the best defense, which from the notes, that wins or at least runners up. It's in the ballot. So again, that's kind of where I at. And then, did you guys have any long shots, or should I run through mine real quick?
Jalen
Go
Carter.
ahead, run through yours.
Jalen Carter was 22-1, so he's off.
So, yeah, I'm looking at DraftKings right now, plus 2,200 for
I like
Jalen
Chris
Carter.
Jones 47-1, just because I think he's that good of a player. But I don't think their defense is going to be good enough. Their defense was 16 last year. But my long shot. So, like I said, I went by teams. So I have 5 teams that I picked, and I like their odds. Number 1, obviously, is the Texans. So if you want to spray the board with the Texans, if you want to spray the board with 2 guys who are better odds than 16-1, Derek Stingley is at 60-1, Daniil Hunter's at 75-1. So again, if you think that team can win a lot of games, maybe Will Anderson plays 12 games and he gets hurt, and Daniil Hunter has a ton of sacks, or Derek Stingley has a ton of picks, and they're finishing first, there you go. The Vikings, they finished second last year. They're going to be awesome again just because Brian Flores is the nature of it all. So I threw Jonathan Grenard and Andrew Van Ginkel up here, both 85-1. Again, just continue. Just don't take these into account. Oh, how do you think these guys are going to win? No, I don't. They're long shots for a reason, to just spray the board and maybe one of them's in the race. That's all you're looking for with these massive, massive payouts. I threw the Packers in here. McKinney had 8 interceptions last year. He's 85-1. Rashawn Gary had his worst season ever, so I think you're buying the dip on him at 150-1. And then we talked about it in the Packers episode. I just threw Edge Cooper in here, 200-1. I know a linebacker's never going to win this award, but what if he has 3 pick sixes? Voters look at that. So there you go. Then I threw in the Broncos because I have to. Again, they're going to be a really, really good defense. I don't love this one as much because the odds aren't great. 33-1 for Benito, 33-1 for Surtain. Nobody really repeats this award, so unless Surtain has an even better season than he did last year, it's hard to bank on him winning it again. And Benito had a great sack season. It's hard to, kind of re-up that. And then I threw in Hufanga, 250-1. He's played at an all-pro level. What if he is just a game-changing presence in the middle of this defense? Who knows? 250-1. Throw it on there. And then lastly, I had the Eagles. Zach Bond, 55-1. Nolan Smith. Who else is rushing the passer? What if he has 17 sacks on the number 1 team in the NFC? There you go. There's your hype train, 60-1. And then Quinyon Mitchell. What if Quinyon Mitchell follows the same thing as Surtain as just the best corner in football next year? Could happen. 100-1. I left off Jalen Carter because 22-1, again, that didn't qualify for long shot odds to me for this award just because you can spray the board. But, yeah, again, those are 5 defenses that I'm those could finish number 1. And that's what you want to have when you're betting on Defensive Player of the Year. You want to have the guy who can spearhead the best defense in football because it continues to make the ballot.
I like it.
All right. Let's go ahead and move on to.
Hopefully you enjoyed that video. We really appreciate you clicking on this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. That always helps us out. And remember, check out our links in the description. And Wednesdays, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central Time, live over here, talking ball, interacting with the chat, having some fun. So you wouldn't want to miss that. But that's all for me. And till next time, roll that outro.